Hi everyone, welcome back to Girl Code, a guide to self-love where we discuss life, love, relationships, and everything girl. I'm Nicole, and in today's episode of Girl Code, we have Christabel and Paisha with us. Woo! So maybe you guys can give a short introduction to our viewers who may or may not know you guys.
Hi, I'm Paisha. So I make YouTube videos. If you haven't watched it, then you should.
Hi, I'm Christabel. What am I supposed to say about myself?
Fun fact.
Fun fact, I play games for fun.
Okay, so in today's episode, we will actually be talking about social batteries. So social battery is used to describe a person's capacity to intermingle with groups of people in one setting. This term applies for both introverts and extroverts because, let's be honest, we all get tired of talking and being around people from time to time, no matter how much we want to deny it. Okay, so Paisha and Christabel, what are your opinions on social batteries? And personally, what is your capacity? Is it very full? Is it very, very not full?
I am definitely an introvert, I would say, and my social battery is kind of like, those iPhone, right, that you use for like many, many years. Then no matter how much you charge, right, there's only this limit.
Yeah.
Pregnant battery.
Can relate.
As for me, I feel like it got better over the years. Like I used to be super introverted, like maybe in secondary school, cause like in secondary school where there's so much drama among like the kids, and then I was like, you know what? Like I hate friends. I hate making friends. Like screw people. Like I hate people. I'm never gonna make friends ever again. And then I just like feel like there's no point in like building connections anymore. So, but then like ever since I got into like social media and I've like realized how important it is and how lonely it is if you don't have friends, like actual friends, then like no meaning to life in a sense.
I
so
agree.
it got better, definitely.
Right. I think for me, it's like the opposite of you. So last time I used to be more extroverted and I used to have like a very high social battery. But then after I got older, I just feel like my time is very limited. I don't know, I just like to prioritize myself over other things. So sometimes, when I don't feel like talking, I just suddenly zone out, which I know is isn't the best thing to do. Even sometimes like at work, right? When I like say something and then I start to feel very tired, then I just won't say anything anymore. But I guess like I am also an introvert. Yeah, my personality wise. Yeah, so I guess, when you guys feel drained out, right? How do you feel? Like, can you describe that feeling? Or like for me, I just don't want to talk anymore.
I think it's the same for me as well. It's like I will just zone out. Like I don't want people to come to me and talk to me.
Yeah.
And what happens if someone does
like,
come up to you?
That's me, like yeah. Then I'll try to like end the conversation as fast as possible. But it's not like a bad thing. Like it's not personal. Like I don't have anything against the person that I'm talking to. But it's just like I don't have that social battery anymore to go and entertain.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Or you just like continue smiling and
I
just not say anything.
And I'll like take out my phone and like like act a bit busy lah.
Yeah. And Christabel, what about you? Same.
Yeah,
right.
Same.
I think as we grow older, like we kind of can understand if someone like sort of hints us a little bit that they don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Because we also have like those days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we kind of like just.
I love that some people actually respects that. Like give us that space because I feel like a lot of people don't get the hint.
Yeah, because they take it personally, you see. But please understand, it's not personal.
But then probably some of them, they cannot relate because they have that like everlasting social battery. Like they love hanging around people.
Yeah.
It's like extroverts like get energy from hanging around people.
Yeah.
So that's why they cannot relate. So I kind of understand why sometimes.
Yeah, actually, but most of my friends around me, they're all very extroverted. So they don't understand like what I mean by, I cannot come tonight. I just cannot.
I just cannot.
I just can't. I don't have a reason for this.
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes when I'm with a group of extroverted people, right, I feel very tired.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I always have to sort of catch up with their conversation. And then I feel like it's very noisy as well sometimes.
Yeah.
So I have to like slowly distance myself from that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess like maybe you guys can share a specific experience, right? About when you felt that your social battery was really drained. And does it usually happen with your family or friends or like a specific group of people?
I think my social battery gets super drained when I'm around a lot of people. So it's like, I feel like because I'm in this line, like I do this, I have to meet a lot of people every
Yeah.
time, and I'm being forced to be slightly more extroverted than I actually am.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that I'm actually an introvert. Like if they see me outside, so until they know me personally, they're like a bit like culture shock. Like,
Yeah, I feel like
this
that's
is
the
not.
case for a lot of people that are active on social media. Like
Yeah.
everyone thinks that they are
Yeah,
so
yeah.
extroverted because like you dance and like you talk to
put
your
that
viewers. right?
persona online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bubbly persona online, and everybody just assumes that they can
Exactly, and the thing about us being online is that most of the time we are alone. What like it's us with the camera.
Exactly. It feels so different doing it in front of people as compared to like if you're doing it alone at home.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's why. So when I'm out with a lot of people, then I will just suddenly just shut up. Like I will not have anything to say. So that's when I feel like I'm the most drained because like I just zone out and I just don't talk. But people thought that I'm being rude or like
It's the RBF.
yeah, like but that's not it, Yeah.
And Christabel, is there any specific, like type of, let's say, environment that makes your social battery drain super
For
fast?
me, it's actually shoots.
Shoots, ah.
Yeah, it's actually shoots. I don't know why. It's
That's
just
true.
when you
Actually,
meet-
you're quite quiet during shoots.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I will like get excited, but after that, the energy just keeps dying and dying.
Like when you are at a shoot with a lot of people,
Yeah.
is it?
Cause I don't know, because everybody comes at different timings, like doing shoots. And they're always like super high energy, and I'm like,
Yeah, because they all like come in at different timing, then they're
Yeah.
like fresh, They're like,
yeah. Hi, where do you come from? Like, what do you do just now? So I just cannot keep up with the conversations.
right.
Yeah, and then because everybody comes from like some come from work, some come from school, and then we always have like different things to like catch up about. But if you're always seeing like a constant group of people, you don't really have much to talk about. But if you're always seeing different people from different places, then we only always talk about how's life.
And then you have to
Small
repeat
talks
yourself
lah.
again.
It's a small talk. It's
like
a small
broken
talk that you
recorders.
have to like.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for me, right, actually, I don't understand about the whole social battery getting drained at shoot because I feel like I will put on my work self. So it's like I'm being forced to be like a bit more extroverted when I'm doing work,
Yeah.
Right.
right? But then again, that's in front of the camera lah. Like when at the behind the
Yeah.
camera, I'll just be like,
Yeah, I guess that leads us to like the next question of, does your sense of belonging in the group actually impact your interaction with people? So for me, I guess my social battery really drains out when I'm with people that I'm not familiar with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like you mentioned, in a big crowd, right? And then I don't feel very comfortable with that person, and probably I don't really know what to talk about. Like, I can't truly be myself.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I'll just feel like, there's no point in talking to this person, and then my social battery just drains out. So do you think similarly for you guys, like if you are with a group of friends that you know very well, right? And like, let's say if it's a very big group of friends, do you feel that your social battery lasts longer?
yeah, definitely. That's why I was saying just now that a lot of my friends thought I was an extrovert also. I mean, given that like what I do
Yeah.
and how I act with a small group of close friends, like I'm very, very loud and crazy. I can get very crazy and weird and shit with. Can I say shit? Sorry, it's my first time on the podcast. Yeah. So, yeah, then when it's a lot of people, suddenly I will just completely shut off. So it's completely like a different person. Yeah.
So when someone asks you a question, you would just not answer.
No lah, cannot don't answer, right?
Then you would just
I'm
give
introverted, I'm not rude. So I will just like answer like a short answer lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly think that like whether that person knows you well enough plays a huge part because like you are if somebody doesn't know you well enough, you're very cautious about whether like you offend them.
Yeah.
So that takes up so much energy.
Exactly.
So
I think that's
that
the
plays-
thing about introverts. Like we have so much going on in our
Yeah,
head.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
for every sentence we say, we're just like is it correct if I say this? And then the worst thing is after you say you go home, right? Then you're like, oh my god, wait. Just now I say this to
Like, it's a bit weird. What would
it
they think of
okay?
me? Yeah, so I guess it really takes a lot of mental strength on our end, right, to keep up with like the
Exactly.
social battery. And that leads us to also the next question on social anxiety. So I feel like because COVID has, been very prevalent for the last 2 years, and it's only recently where we get to meet a big group of people. Sometimes when I walk, even like let's say I'm in Orchard Road and I'm surrounded by a lot of people, right? I get so anxious. And like I know they're probably not like giving a crap about me. They're doing their own things, going about their own lives, right? But then when I just look at the people and then I'm like standing in the middle of the crowd, I feel so nervous. I don't know if that's like the same for you guys as well.
For me, it would be going to events. Like
Same.
when you know people are actually watching you, in a sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're going to a specific place for a specific purpose. Yeah, but maybe if it's like in public, maybe not.
You don't care?
Yeah, I don't care.
No one's looking at me.
Maybe strangers don't really care about us. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like at events, it's like you know the people there know you. You know, it's
Yeah.
like you're being forced to
Yeah.
have to talk to people and like meet people.
Yeah.
And yeah, like exactly what Christabel said. It's like I also had a lot of anxiety going to events back in the days. Like I mean now also,
Yeah.
but I've been trying to step out of my comfort zone recently.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when I go to events, like I can really just stand there and not talk to people.
I think the worst is when you really don't know people there.
Exactly, that's the worst.
But do you guys actually go to events without knowing anyone?
I can't.
I also can't. Like,
I mean, if it's paid, then yeah lah. I mean, it's
that,
work, right? Like I said just now, it's like it's work. You have to go. You know. Then I will put on my work self.
yeah.
But then again, of course, it's going to drain a lot of my energy when I get back home. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you deal with it? So let's say you go to an event for work, you don't know anyone, but you have to keep your work face on. You gotta be professional.
You know, the good thing about events is that there's alcohol, right? So
What if it's in the morning? It's okay, just take a tequila shot.
no, because in the morning they have morning champagne. They have like.
Which event are you going to?
Morning champagne.
Yeah, that's the thing. Right? I think all of the events that I go to, they always serve like champagne or cocktails to like.
Not coffee, no?
No. I think,
Wow.
okay, coffee can get me high also, so I guess it helps.
Right.
Then I think you get high very easily.
Yeah, I just need something to help me get into that zone.
Yeah. Hey, Christabel, what about you? Is it alcohol as well that makes you pumped up?
I don't know. It's just energy. I actually wait. What's the term? Like you get somebody
Feed off someone.
Yeah, feed off someone's energy, and you'll be able to bounce off that. If somebody doesn't give you energy back, you just like don't feel like talking to them. So like if they give you energy, it makes you feel like you want to put the effort because it makes you feel like they want to be around you. So you feel a bit more comfortable talking to them and getting to know them
Right.
and stuff. Yeah.
So let's say in an event, everyone is introverted and no one talks. So you'll go home.
No, but the good thing is, I think when everyone is introverted, you feel comfortable around each other.
that's true.
In some ways lah.
Yeah.
You know, so cause
You just be silent together.
yeah, like you understand, oh, this person don't want to talk because you know she's dealing with herself. I don't know.
But sometimes I'm like, wait, this person just not want to talk, or she just doesn't like me, you know?
Everyone just feels the same way in the room, lor.
Yeah, I guess for me, right, sometimes when I'm in a very big group setting, like how I cope is I go outside. Like I go outside, take a deep breath, go to the toilet,
Yeah,
use my
go-
phone, and then come back in.
The only time I go outside is to go home.
Toilet break is the best thing. Like when you feel super awkward, just go to the toilet and use your phone and spend some time there. You'll come back feeling like a new
The
person.
last time I went to the toilet because I was uncomfortable is to cry. I was like, no, I don't want to be here anymore.
Actually, I do also. You know, like
Oh, is it?
there are a few times like it was pre-COVID. I went for events, but that was like for work also. Like, I mean, like so. I was so anxious because I reached there and everybody were friends, and then I was just like alone the whole time.
Yeah.
And then I felt very outcasted in some way. And I don't know, is it like some sort of PTSD from, you know, like what you said just now, you know, secondary school has a lot of dramas and stuff. Then we try to like step away from that, right? So when I go to events and it brings me back to that situation, I feel very anxious. So that's when like I have that social
Yeah.
anxiety going on. And then I just keep like tolerate that feeling. And then I
Yeah.
got on the Grab and I start crying.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's like real social anxiety.
Do you think like crying would be your way of, let's say, resetting and recharging, or more of like it's just a burst from that moment?
I think it's a burst of emotions from
like
that.
being overwhelmed.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
overwhelming. But the good thing is after you cry, you're just like, what did I just like?
Yeah, like why,
Yeah,
right?
why? Like, why did I
not?
just do that? Like, it's just event, man.
Right. But do you think for you, is there like a trigger point in which you reach that burst?
I feel like being outcasted, I guess. Like the
I feel like
feeling
a lot of us, especially when we're introverted,
yeah.
have that trigger, like that childhood trigger of being outcasted or left out. Because I have that exact same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's weird because we like to be alone, but at the same time, we don't want to feel outcasted, you
Yeah.
know? It's
Yeah.
like, what am I?
Hypocritical.
What am I telling you?
I don't know if like you guys feel this way as well, but when I'm with a group of introverts, right, and I'm very quiet, like no one, there's like I don't feel any sense of judgment at all. But then when I'm with a group of extroverts and I'm very quiet, people will ask me like, "Why are you so quiet?
Yeah. It's
Like, why are you not talking to me?"
I always use the same excuse. I'm just tired.
And the funnier thing is, if I'm with a group of introverts, right, I will start being that slightly more extroverted person and start the conversation rolling.
Yeah,
Because I feel like I need to do something right here.
Actually, for me, it's the opposite. I
Really?
feel like if I meet an introvert, I feel like the need to step up.
Uh-huh.
Rather than like with an extrovert, I'll let them take the lead of having like the conversation like going or starting or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So you guys feel that depending on which situations, you can be a little bit introverted and extroverted, and that affects your social battery. as
Yeah.
well.
Sure.
For sure.
So what are some instances where you like totally changed from being an introvert to an extrovert?
What do you mean by totally change? Like 180 attitude.
Yeah.
I think mine is really just a group of people that I'm close with. Lor. If I'm close with someone, it's like I'm totally different.
So at Zuka, that's how you were
Yeah.
dancing, having fun and drink, and when the alcohol comes in.
Yeah. There's a whole package of like, here's the extroverted patient for you.
Anything with alcohol.
People like me when I'm drinking, see?
Yeah. But do you think with like extroverts as well, their social battery drains out? Have you ever had friends who, let's say, they are super extroverted, right? But there comes a point where they are just too tired and their social battery drains out.
I actually have friends, right, who is like clearly an extrovert, like class clown kind of person, right? But when they are with like people that they don't feel comfortable with, they also zone out.
I
Yeah.
think that's human nature.
Yeah, I think it is also.
But is it considered social battery or they just tired?
I also don't know.
Actually,
Unfortunately,
I don't think, we don't have an extrovert. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have social battery.
You don't think they have
Yeah, because they
social
feed off
battery?
energy from people.
Yeah, I think it goes
They get
like,
more excited.
yeah.
Yeah, actually my sister. So my sister is a big extrovert. She can talk for like, I think she can talk for 12 hours straight. And sometimes I'm like, shh, please keep quiet. Like, I'm having a headache. And she's like, no, you should continue. Like,
Oh my gosh.
she never gets tired. So I feel like there are people that are super extroverted and like you mentioned, don't have any social battery. Or it's like fully charged.
Yeah, I think it works the opposite. So if they're at home, like alone, then that's when they are drained because they feel like they don't have any like
Yeah.
social I don't know, energy that they need to charge it. But ours is the other way around.
Yeah.
Like we need to charge it when we are alone and then we go out and we use it up. But theirs is like at home is like that. And they go out and play. It's like, whoa.
What do you think are the pros and cons of that?
Of what? Of the
Of being an extrovert and being an introvert? Because I'm pretty sure, right, in like society, like standards and everything, being introvert are always like, I feel like it's underrated. Yeah.
like you feel like we are losing out? Or
In a
what?
sense, yeah. They think like being introverted is like not as good because like we get tired very easily, especially when we're outside. But that's when things are happening. It's when we're outside, not at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Actually, I agree with your point because I also work in a organization, a corporate, right? I feel that a lot of the people that tend to do better in the organization are those who like to voice out their opinions or like, are very extroverted, while the introverted ones tend to take a back seat, even though they may be doing like the same quality of work
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But I guess in my opinion, like being extroverted, one of the cons that I have sort of observed just from my personal experience is that sometimes they don't really consider how the other person's feeling. So they might be
that's a
too
good point.
animated, too, like, wah, too rah-rah, that they might say something that is a little bit sensitive to the other person. Yeah, that's just from my personal experience.
But I feel the exact same thing for introvert, right? That's also our con because we feel like we are too conscious about what
Yes.
the other person thinks that we often forget like it's okay for us to, just say what we want sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like like you say, the bad thing about being extroverted is being how would I say, like easily judged by other people for being too loud.
Yeah.
But then for introverts, I feel like one of our main problems is getting misunderstood all the time.
Yeah, it's
because we
true.
don't like speak our mind.
Yeah.
No.
And also it's like as if we always have that RBF going on.
But we're smiling inside.
Yeah,
Do you ever feel like do you ever feel like someone has like beef with you or something, but you're just too lazy to just like clarify yourself?
I think it would depend on whether I feel that the
The need,
person
right?
is worth my effort.
Yeah. I also feel so. Like it takes up a lot of energy, to go and confront a person and ask like
Yeah.
That boils down to whether you're people pleasing, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think generally, do you think most introverts are like people pleaser or they just do not
I think
care?
we still are to a certain extent, no?
I feel like for me, and I talk for myself only, is I'm not so much of a people pleaser, but more for like I please myself only.
That's good.
Yeah.
Self-love, let's
So
go.
like I like when I just want to talk, I talk. When I don't feel like talking, I don't talk. But obviously not being rude, like trying to find the
balance.
Yeah, the balance or the good way to phrase it or remove myself from the situation. But like I mentioned before, right, it's a progression. So I used to be someone that's a people pleaser.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, it was when I was more extroverted and I will like go out of the way and proactively say, hey, let's do this since you like it and blah, blah, blah. But now it's like, I do what I want.
That's good. You live your life.
No, but it's a funny thing because it does seem like most extroverts seem more like people pleasers.
Yep.
And introverts are more like I don't care, like I just want to be alone.
Yeah, like introverts are like cats and extroverts are like dogs.
Yeah.
I always hear this
I wanna be a dog.
comparison. Yeah. But I guess the summary is extroverts and introverts. There's no one right answer. right?
Yes,
There's
there
always
is
pros
no.
and cons.
And we are always different, I think. Like sometimes I can feel very extroverted. Sometimes I want to please people. Sometimes I don't. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the most important thing is that everyone needs to recharge and rest, like a phone, right? We need to rest, relax, and recharge. And everyone has a different pace to how and when they think they need to recharge. And it's also important for us to recognize our limits. So I know, Keisha, you mentioned just now that you cried, right? You broke down, and that was probably one sign of social burnout. But is there any other type of social burnout that you feel like, let's say, physical pain or like you just feel so negative that you want to remove yourself from the situation?
Physical pain, maybe it's just age catching up.
That is true.
Like I genuinely feel like body aches from like shoot. Like recently I went to one that is like quite a lot of like vigorous exercises and stuff.
Yeah.
I had to rest for 2 days. But that's generally I don't think it's like related to like social.
Right.
It's more like my body hurts.
That's why. Yeah.
It's really just back
It's not for me
aches.
to say, but I agree with you.
Physical pain. You're so young, Christopher. What are you talking about?
I'm feeling it already, man. I'm feeling it already.
Well, wait till you reach here, man.
I think alcohol contributed to that.
Yeah, actually it is. I mean, I don't drink until like dead drunk kind. I only drink to keep the extroverted patient out a little bit.
I feel you.
Right. Is there ever a moment where you feel like because you are social burn-outing that you put it on the other person and you get irritated very easily when you want to just like get out of the situation but you can't?
Actually, definitely. And I think like unfortunately my boyfriend gets a lot of the
Same.
our partners are the closest to us, right? We feel the most comfortable. So sometimes it's like obviously immediately after you feel a bit bad that like I don't mean to, show any form of frustration towards
Yeah.
anyone generally,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's just like I don't have the energy to entertain or like
Yeah.
talk or even explain myself. Like I just hope you can understand.
Like, sorry. Yeah, I guess for me, like, I'm probably the more independent one in the relationship. So sometimes when, he's like, he wants to have quality time together, I'm just like, not feeling it now. Like, sorry, I just want to do my own thing.
Just want to be alone.
I just want to be alone. Like,
But how
please leave
about
me
like
alone.
coexisting in the space? Like
I love that actually.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you're doing your own thing, but you're not technically because you're together.
Yeah. But I guess like I'm a bit of a double standard. So sometimes I feel like I want to be alone, right? But then other times I'm like, hello. Please show me attention.
Like, I want to be alone, but you need to give me attention whenever I feel like it.
Yeah. I think
Okay, I hope my boyfriend is watching this. I'm the normal one right here, guys. It's not.
Really?
I'm not that weird.
Yeah. Okay, I guess now let's talk about how do you actually take care of your social battery and how do you realize that you're at your limit and how do you recharge and, put self-love first? Do you have any coping mechanisms?
I think I just remove myself from the situation entirely. So like, thankfully, if it's like, let's say, events or what, I just try not to go. If like, I have to prioritize my social battery, right?
Yeah.
So I have to tell myself like it's fine. Sometimes you can don't go to a certain place. Sometimes it's fine to like let someone down.
I feel like that's a good form of self-respect though.
Yeah, it is a form of self-respect. But sometimes, of course, we are always balancing between like, I don't want to upset someone if I don't go somewhere versus like I need the space for myself. I need the time alone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever, I always try to balance this out. It's still difficult for me, obviously, but I am trying.
We're all trying.
We have to. I mean,
Yeah.
it's for our mental health
right.
sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Christabel,
good.
what about you?
I love to sleep.
Sleep is
goes
good.
a long way. Yeah. Actually, not really. Actually, I take it back. I always sleep at 5 a.m. But I love
No, but sleeping helps actually.
yes, it helps. But I love playing games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Games.
Actually, I don't know. I'm quite ambivert actually. Because I'm
What's
like
that? Oh,
it's
ambivert?
50-50, like 50 extrovert, 50 introvert. I used to be like 90% like introvert. Anybody take the test? The personality test?
The MBTI.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was actually like 51 extrovert like now. But they couldn't put me 50-50. But like I kind of know I'm like half now.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like I love hanging out with my gaming friends. Because it's online, I don't get to see them. So I don't have to like act a certain way. I just need to talk in the mic and
Right.
like just play games. So it's like sharing the hobby helps.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And you don't have to like be so conscious about presenting yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Just like lying on the chair.
I can wear my PJs and my glasses and everything. And they can't even see me. But we're still having fun and we're bonding, So it's like that excites me and that's my recharge actually.
Actually, that's very interesting because it the activity itself it shows that you're half like introvert, half. Because to me, if I'm alone, I just choose not to talk.
Yeah.
Like I would, I don't know, get a massage or like
I think I'm the same as you. I will
Yeah.
like play with my cat, listen to
Yeah.
music,
Or
sit
maybe-
on the massage chair. Yeah.
Or maybe if I talk a lot, I'm talking to my dog, lor. And he's just like,
Like, stop
You're a
it.
cat man. I need to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Actually, animals are really good for introverts
They are.
because they don't respond.
They don't judge.
Yeah,
I mean,
and they
maybe
don't
they
talk
are
back to you.
internally. I don't
Yeah.
know, but
Yeah.
You give them food, they are happy.
yeah. So mine is the same as Christabel actually. So like I just I forgot what I want to say.
You enjoy being around people?
I see people in a positive light now.
Oh yeah. Okay, so as I grow older, I feel that way also. So it's like I feel because we are very consciously not liking like for example going out with people, going to events, right? So we kind of have to train our mind to think a certain way.
Yeah.
That's like how do I put it, like to not be so negative about the situation. Yeah. So I always tell myself like, if I were to go to an event and I don't like it, I can always leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I can always take a toilet break and I just use my phone. Or I
Yeah.
can just stand one side just eat all their food and
Yeah.
you know,
Drink all the alcohol and
yeah, like what's the worst case scenario?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just feeling outcasted, and how do I get rid of that? It's to do something that gets rid of that feeling.
I used to have that issue of being so scared of like being outcasted that I would self-sabotage, thinking that they do not like me, and I'll just sit one side, and then I will like be in my own head about them not liking me and everything.
And then you
But
have these
growing up-
conversations in your head, right?
But growing up, like I think my boyfriend actually plays a huge part in me trying to improve that part of me, is to actually just self-include. Just be thick-skinned and self-include.
I think mine also, because my boyfriend is very extroverted.
Yeah.
Like he's good with talking to people, but I'm on the complete other end.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of pick up like that skills from them. Yeah.
But I think you guys brought up a very interesting point. So it's like external factors or like your environment can actually affect your social battery, right? And maybe
Yes.
like 10 years from now, we'll all be very extroverted.
Yeah, I think it's a skill that we kind of have to learn if we are born a certain way. So we kind of have to train ourselves to like learn this specific skill set.
Right.
And I'll be very proud of myself. Maybe like 10 years down the road, we'll be like, yay!
You should be proud of yourself already. You're doing well.
Okay, so I guess to wrap up this podcast, do you guys have any final advice to our viewers who might probably be having some issues with their social battery, or they're not sure how to deal with, such situations?
Christabel?
I feel like you can just do whatever that makes you feel comfortable, and just love and respect yourself. That goes a long, long way. Recognize what triggers your emotions, and try to like improve on that. If you feel like there's anything, you can either step out of a situation like what Pesha said, or you can choose to just be with someone, like stick with someone that can get you out of that comfort zone, and you still in a sense like be able to survive that. And then it always takes like one step at a time.
Yeah.
Like it gets better, it does. Yeah, so you just surround yourself with good people.
Yeah. I mean, she covered everything. So
Okay, so not everyone is on the same wavelength when talking to people. Some find it easier to talk to others, while some take it as a big challenge to overcome. However, we shouldn't see this challenge as an impossible obstacle, but we should also take care of the pressure we put on ourselves to keep our social batteries up. Yes, FOMO exists, but there are always other ways of catching up. Don't let social and conversation indifference be the reason for your burnout. So that's it, guys, for today's podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you, Christabel and Pesha, for joining us as well.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.
Bye.